This should be part two. Part two. I'm Jessica Lee, also known as the Secret Psychic, also known as Intuitive Jessica Lee, and Divine Timing. I got divine timing, I have to say. Right, so I was kind of totally interrupted. I got a caller from one of the sites I work on because I am a professional. So I, of course, had to take a call. I got bills to pay, baby. So I had to stop this video making thing, and I don't know how to edit. So I might learn. We'll see. I'm gonna try to upload these and see if I can put them together. Maybe, maybe get rid of some of my bloopers, or maybe I'll keep them. I like being funny. So, yeah. So I put your cards aside. I did the reading for my client, and that went so good. I love it when I see good things. I do. I like, oh Lord, y'all don't know how hard it is to be like, people do come to me a lot for love readings. And I'm not saying everybody comes in a happy mood, by any means, but there are people that have come and they're so excited about their new boo. And when I look into the boo and I'm like, ooh, it's not so good all the time, so when it is a good reading, I'm like very grateful. I'm glad to see the goodness in the world and that people can find, love or at least a good connection. At least that. Okay, so I dug your cards back out, laid them back out as much as I could. And, we'll probably pull some more. But, okay. I honestly don't remember where I left off, so I'm just going to read these cards. This is your challenge position. This would be your present position, which I believe it is about you trying to make forward movement, but you don't really feel like you're fully supported. So, or at least the person you really want, you're not getting what you want just yet. But there is, you're putting the effort in. Decisions, restriction, that's your subconscious, what motivates you. So, trying to come up with new plans is motivating you, the need to. So I feel like you're frustrated that you haven't got where you want yet. So Spirit's linking this back to the first reading, and they're saying, for those that this applies both to, where you're looking for an actual relationship here. Okay, what are we saying here, Spirit? So you are happy things are going good, but you want them to go better. You're trying to figure out how to do it. The challenge is try to stay positive, bro. Bro, sis. Try to stay positive. This is the challenge. So, exhaustion, when this card comes up, it's basically showing like very slow, very little progress. So, you want to be here at the top of the stairs while you're down here. No, I had it right. Okay. I don't know why I was looking upside down when I was looking here. But you want to be at the top of the stairs over here. There we go. And you're down here, and it looks like you're just tired at this point, and don't focus too much on that. Spirits tell me go over here. These are the cards that fell out earlier. Okay, so I did see the new beginnings, but something else came out upside down, and that's purpose. So you need to focus more on what you want versus how far you're getting. Keep your eye on the prize. We hear that a lot. So what does this mean? Spirit's going to elaborate on this. Okay, so keep your eye on the prize. Is meaning, don't get bogged down. Remember those earlier cards, don't let those seeds of doubt, don't let them grow, baby. You got to cut that out. Okay? Don't focus on how far you're going right now because it's the journey. Yes, it's good to keep your goal in mind. Keep working towards that. But don't keep measuring the progress. Okay? Spirit has been telling me this a lot in the last month or two. The magic happens when we're not looking. It does. So keep checking for progress. If you're, okay, they're telling me this has to do somebody who's getting a lot of readings on their situation right now. This message is for you if you've been getting a lot of readings on a certain relationship, the progress of it. Spirit's telling you slow down on that because it's going to cause a certain conflict within you and anxiety and a compulsive nature. So be careful about what seeds you're planting into this new beginning. You don't want to plant seeds of lack, anxiety, worry, worrying too much. Trust the process is what Spirit's saying. Trust the process. when we're walking in faith, for example, we don't always know how it's going to work out. And when you're really walking in faith, you know, you really don't know how it's going to work out. Even me as an intuitive, or psychic, whatever word you want to use to label me, I can see a lot of stuff, a whole lot. But I still have to walk in faith. There's, you know, we don't, everybody knows if psychics were able to see everything, why aren't we millionaires? Well, because we can't see everything, baby doll. We have to go in blind too. Some of us are just given gifts and blessings so that we can help others. For what I'm not God. I didn't make all the rules. I'm not the Holy Ghost, and I didn't go, blah, I'm going to bless you with this and this. I don't know behind the scenes, and that's part of having faith, you know. I know what I know. I know what I know. But I don't know everything. But what I do know is Spirit is telling you to stay focused on the positive and the goal. Don't focus on how far and how long right now. Because if you start doing that, you're going to sabotage yourself, baby. Okay, so the outcome cards. We have death, which you should be grown if you're watching me. I don't think any 6-year-olds are gonna want to watch my ass. But even if you are, hi, welcome. Welcome. One day you'll be an old lady too. You can't, if you're lucky. Sorry, I didn't mean to say you'd have it all work out like that, but for real, if you're lucky, you get to be an old lady or an old man. So we have, for your outcome, no, you're not going to die. You're not going to die, Billy. You're going to be okay. Epiphany. So death, if you're older, this means change. This means you're letting go of something else and you're going into something new. Okay. This card, they're telling me, go ahead and look at the picture. So this is also, it's something has to go for you, and you don't want to. Okay. Epiphany and unconditional love. So things are starting to work out for some of you, the ones who are related to the first part of this reading. Things are starting to work out, but if you can't control your negative thinking, if you can't get those nasty seeds of self-doubt out of your mind, quit worrying about who said what, forget about what they said. It doesn't matter. This is your story. Remember, number one, God wrote a story for all of us, and you are the main character. And it doesn't mean, treat everyone like crap by any means. But when we go, after we do our time here, you're going to have to reflect on things. You are going to have to meet your maker. If you want to look at it that way, you are going to have to explain yourself to God. Or if you believe in another faith, which may have a similar theme, you still have to review your life and see how you played your character, So, I'm not saying that to be mean, I'm just saying, do the right thing for yourself. Another message Spirit was telling me. I almost forgot. Okay, these also came out. They're warning you about making promises you can't keep. This is your biggest obstacle in gaining this new image of somebody who's a better version of you. Okay, so don't overpromise. Don't bite off more than you can chew. Also, be careful about believing too much in others that are overpromising you. This may be like a love bomb situation, even be a love bombing. Don't believe everything you hear, but be honest to your word. If you want others or someone special to see you in a better light, you have to be impeccable with your word. If you're a man, what is that saying? Lord, I heard it so much. A man ain't nothing without his word, or if a man can't keep his word, he ain't shit. Something like that. That's real. It really is real. And that goes for all of mankind. I tell this to my children. If you create a habit of telling lies, even little ones, but if it becomes a habit, eventually those who are closest to you are going to pick up on that. And if it becomes such a bad habit that you're not even willing to admit that you lied, even when you're caught, that's destroying trust from others near you. And as time goes on, if the people who are closest to you don't trust you, well then that's not a good thing, babe. So whoever this is for, just make sure you don't get caught in that slippery slope of trying to create an image for yourself that is false. You know, lying to make friends. That's what we used to call it when I was growing up in Michigan, over on Gratiot. Well, me, my boyfriend, and all his motorhead friends. But yeah, don't lie to make friends. Be yourself. And if someone doesn't like you for who you are, you're gonna have to make a change. You know, you're gonna have to cry those tears and just realize you've been investing in the wrong thing. And there's ways to figure out where to invest your time and your energy. And if you want to know more tips on that, I can help. Just hit me up. I got a website, thesecretpsychic.com, but you got to put dashes. Yeah, I'm so ghetto fabulous. I ordered my website in a rush, and I ended up getting a URL that is the-secret-psychic.com. So there's dashes in there, and it's ghetto fabulous, but that's what we got. If anyone wants to make a nice $50 donation so I can get that changed, that would be awesome. But I'm also a single mom, struggling single mom. I'm trying to move to a shelter. You know, unfortunately, it's the option, you know. Things aren't working out where I'm living here. I'm not able to get ahead in life. It's nobody's fault, you know. I have to do something to change it, but I can't get ahead if I'm paying out more in bills than I am earning at the moment. So if anyone would like a book reading, hit them up with the website. Okay, so if anyone would like a reading, all new clients get a reading for $15. It's a 20-minute session. 20-minute session, which is really, if we do it, even if we're typing, I type like 72 words a minute. I skipped business math class at Roseville High School. I didn't like Mr. Molnar. He was a jerk. Couldn't stand listening to this arrogant man. So I decided, you know, I didn't want to waste my time at school because I'm a weirdo Virgo. So I went to the library and I taught myself keyboarding instead for that hour for that semester. So, you know, and it turned out it worked out for my future. So if you do want to like a live reading over a chat messenger, we can do it over Facebook, Instagram. I guess Skype don't work no more. I don't know. Tell me where you want to meet up. I'm flexible. I'm pretty flexible. Yeah. So also video calls. We can do live video call. We can do that also on Facebook, Instagram, where, you know, if you know a free service where it is not gonna like, you know, cost me money and I don't have to download anything too extra, just let me know. I'll work with you. If you're in the US, we can do text messaging, we can do phone calls. Not a problem. I have to schedule the readings, of course, because I don't know how to get a live chat thing. Yeah, I'm not that advanced. I'm just a single mom trying to make it in the world, in the apocalypse. And I know we're all struggling. So if anyone is interested in a reading and they're able to, excuse me, Jesus, Mother Mary, if they're able to afford a reading, first one's $15. After that, every 20 minutes is $25. That's my current rate. I'm just rebooting a business here. I rebooted it officially in February. And as I said, I started doing readings in 2007, and I continued to do them, and I was 5-star rated. I would say I was doing really freaking good, y'all. Really good. Like, 5-star rated, internationally known. I was busy. Like, I would log in about 8 in the morning, 8:30 in the morning, and I would be popping busy consistently until I would log out just before my son would get home from school. The rest of the, I was good to go for the rest of the night, and I'd spend, my day taking care of my kids, my little ones. I was a stay-at-home mom, a vegan, life was good. I had a Ford Flex. And what changed? 2016, the Holy Ghost came. And that's a long story. But, for 7 years, I was not able to work. We'll just sum it up that way. If you want to know more, I guess watch my videos and you'll hear little clips of my stories. I have a 7-year story of a walk with faith, with the Holy Ghost, with God, many miracles. Just me being here right now is a miracle. Where I had to leave everything behind and follow God. I mean, I didn't have to, but I was straight up, told by God, you could do this or you could do that. And I chose God, and I tried to go back. I did. I learned the fear of the Lord. I learned the fear of the Lord, and I was so scared. And I tried to go against what he said, but he already claimed me. So I was Jonah at that point. Never really read the Bible, but I learned a little bit about Jonah. Yeah, I was definitely a Jonah there. But it's a miracle I'm back, and it's God's grace. So leadership again just came out. And I'm hearing as this one comes out, we need to take more charge of our own destinies. Also hearing it's not always about us. This person, the leader, they're guiding others, okay? They're guiding others, and it looks like to nowhere, but also it looks like to heaven. This card is also a Holy Spirit card, as we can see. My favorite. Okay, self-esteem. I'm hearing be courageous with this though. Be courageous. We need to remember that it's not about us and be courageous. Here again, and they're telling me, look at this picture. See, this person here is protected by spirit and he's he's speaking to others. So we need to remember that others are watching us. Others are watching us. The community card. Okay, so I'm also hearing again, don't be afraid to be yourself. Don't mask up right now. Now is not the time to mask up. And Spirit's saying there's so many reasons we can't even get into it, but it's really very important that you are staying authentic. Authentic. Your no means no. Your yes means yes. You know thyself. It's very important you know thyself, and you don't accept to enter into anybody else's narrative or reality that does not support who you are. That doesn't support your true divinity. That doesn't support your shared happiness. And they're really echoing on the shared happiness. Okay, and they're telling me that echo is for you too. Remember, it's about shared happiness. Okay. Let's see where else this goes. We have devotion, nature, spirit, and deprivation, and despair. What's the message here? Devotion, nature, spirit, deprivation, prosperity, guys, and despair. The message that they're telling me is don't forget others. That was very important. Don't forget others. Okay, so if you're only looking at things with your limited view, it's going to be hard for others to relate to you, and therefore you're not going to get that loyalty. The loyalty you're craving, you want that community. You want to help others, but in you helping others, you can't forget that there's others. Because you may get caught up in your vision, is what I'm hearing here. You get caught up in your vision for what you want. And even though alright, I'm not saying this is your situation at all. Well, like for me, I had a narcissist mom, and the Spirit is reminding me of my situation. My mom would always say how much she loved me to others. Sometimes to me too, but she would cry about, poor me. But at the same time, she left me homeless in Houston and never offered to pick me up, to get me in a hospital, because, she's telling everyone I'm crazy too, and I understand it. It sounded crazy. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, little miss doesn't read the Bible, don't believe in religion, and laughs at the sheep. is telling everybody that will be listening, oh, Jesus is real, the Holy Spirit's real, you know, and is very excited about it. I guess, yeah, I look crazy. But, yeah, so she left me, you know, for the 7 years I was out there. It was God's plan, I understand. But also, that, you know, she moved out, but she said she loved me. And it's just, Spirit's not saying you're like this or this is your situation, but it's just an example of how some people can say and believe they're loving somebody and showing them love and support when in fact they're not, you know. So don't be delusional is the message overall for that. Okay, we're back to the slow movement. Exhaustion. Okay, they're saying look at this card again. Again, he's on the first floor or the first step. And they're saying, like, don't be like this guy because he can't even see. He can't even see the steps. And this would be like somebody who's not willing to look at other people's perspectives, their needs. And, yeah, so he can't even see the steps. So make sure you're being more aware of who's around you. They're saying also you'll be able to get more help and resources, you know, more assistance. This doesn't mean like Medicaid or food stamps, but you'll get more assistance and support from others when you include them more and approach them with things that you already have an awareness that they care about and are passionate about. Creativity. Pull another one. Whew. Judgment. So I feel like this is a preachy little reading right now. I'm so sorry. Y'all don't even understand how my guides talk to me. I'm Virgo sun and Sagittarius moon and a rising Libra. But my guides, they be harsh on me. Like, oh God. So yeah, when you get readings with me, and we kind of do bring up things that we gotta work on. We're not sugarcoaters here. But like, okay, not that long ago, I could not find probably my vape. Oh my God, the vape. Where is it? So I couldn't find it, and I'm like, where the frick is my vape? Da, da, da. And I hear Sasha, oh my God, and she's like, well, I bet if you clean up around here, you'd have an easier time finding it. And I was totally slacking on the housework. There was no denying it at all. I couldn't even say, I was like, what do you say? Called out on the spot. And so I cleaned, you know, I found it. But that's just an example. Like, she's like Wanda Sykes. If you know who Wanda Sykes is, this is what my guide sounds like in my head. And I'll be like, Mama, stop. You're right. She'll be roasting me straight up. She roasts me, and I love her for it. I love her, but I'm not that good at roasting people, so it doesn't come out as smooth as it does when I hear it through her, because I also feel it. It's not all like words that come through. It's a feeling. So I'm gonna work on that. She's laughing at me right now. Well, I'm just not that. I don't know how you gonna say that. All right. So where were we? Creativity. Well, they're saying don't be judgy on people of what makes them happy. That's what I was hearing here. All right. How do I make it sound more pizzazzy? I was like, I'm over here with my invisible buddy. How do I make this sound better? She's just laughing. Let me just be myself. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to make friends. She's the funny one, I'm the serious one, and I just get silly. I'm serious and silly, and she's sassy. She's sassy. See, that's me silly. Okay, we have the victory card with something upside down. Oh, man. Well, I guess we're gonna make a part 3 and take my call. Alright. Or maybe I'll just edit this out. Yeah, fuck it, why not? I'm probably gonna have to like burn up my memory on this. Alright, see, sir. I guess y'all get to see me do a reading. Am I barking? See? See how that's type. I'm a typer. I'm a typist. I'm a typist. She's. Alright. Breathe. Breathe, breathe. I'm gonna hit my tummy time. Let's try to bring in some fresh mojo. This mojo, this person here. And, alright. So on this site I work on Bitline. Now for real, come to my website if you ever do want a reading, because this website takes 33% out. So that's almost half of whatever I earn. And so that means I have to charge more here than I do on my website. But also, what was I gonna say? Oh, I forget. Let me focus on this guy and it'll come back to me if it needs to. I'm like, oh yeah, this is a little juicy over here. Oh shoot. Okay, bummer. Damn. Double edges. Alright. Alright. Ooh. Well, I sure hope I'm not connecting right, because this looks like a fickle little fantasy. Looks very all over her. So, oh yeah, so when I do these readings here, I always let the client know, and I feel the same way even on my own site. If you feel like I'm not connecting to you right in the first 2 minutes, and you should be able to know, because I'm going to go over your stuff, your past and present, and your feelings first and foremost. So if for any reason they feel like I am not on point, then I don't want to go look into anything else. We'll stop right there. I'll give a refund, and it's no big deal. But if people have me do a whole freaking reading, and then they're like, Nice. Feels mixed. Alright. his challenges. Mm-hmm. I have more confidence. I have more confidence. Alright, let's see. Alright. Leave. Okay. Mm-hmm. And let's see. I'm not happy. We'll see if they want to do more. Oh, I'm guessing not. I'm really not enjoying this reading because, as I said, it feels sticky. Okay. Your heart feeling. But oh, okay. Okay, looking. Uh, he does struggle. He okay. Oh. Oh. Well, I was ready to run away. I don't like giving bad readings. And I don't mean bad like I sucked at it. I just mean like not great news. But at the same time, I would rather someone tell me if they see like some, some not so great. Sure. But yeah, they said I connected well, but so that's relief. I just don't like it when people take things personally, because some people come to a reader and they want to hear the fairy tale. They're looking for like emotional regulation. Okay, we're gonna type the question, dude. Okay. I was like, he wanted to ask a clarification question about something I said. I'm like, yeah. I said, sure. Come on, it's been a whole minute. You want to type the question? Let's do it. Mm. Okay. I have to go to the bathroom. Oh Lord, it's a whole hour here. I hope I can edit this, but if not, we'll just say, dang, can I type fast or what? I was like, that's what I look like when I'm working. So I'll have to watch on my mouth like, no, I don't know. gotta pee. I'm just hanging up at this point. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't mind answering a little wrap-up question or definitely a clarification question. Yeah, I gotta go to the bathroom and I answered it. Gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta clear my energy. Oh shoot, and I gotta log out before another customer comes. Just not that I don't want a customer, but I definitely. Ooh. Alright, so that's a wrap. I'll have to edit all that. Thanks for watching. I guess I'll stay here. So, I had a reading. I'm wrapping it up. And I'm going to use the restroom. And I'm going to try to upload these videos. And, yeah, we'll make some more. Hopefully. You know how I am. ADD's mother.